What is up, my friends? My name is Echo Trumi, and today I'm here with another deck highlight, and yes, guys, you are seeing it on the screen, the Royal Giant. Before I go any further, though, I want to thank all of you for coming down to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. So as many of you guys know, I've been struggling. I've been using my Golem deck, got me past 4K, and then I've been plummeting since then, really struggling to stay up there. So today, out of frustration, I decided to make a Royal Giant deck. First time using it, I upgraded him to 10. I could upgrade him more, but basically the deck that I'm looking at here, guys, it's not a very upgraded deck. It's not even up to standard, but at one point I went 18-2 with this deck, which really shows you the power of the Royal Giant. I did have the Elixir Collector in my starting hand very often, which always helps me out. But really, guys, this is the deck. You have the Royal Giant, which is obviously your game changer right there. It's going to be taking down the tower. You have your Princess, who offers some nice splash damage to protect that RG. You have the Barbarians, which work on any incoming tanks. The Musketeer takes out minions, takes out anything through the air. You use the Zap to reset the Inferno Tower. Minions just help for support. The Executioner is a great card in this deck, really protecting the Royal Giant from any air troops or skeletons. And of course, the Pump to keep you up in the Elixir advantage. That's really the trick for this deck, and for many decks I find it's hard to use the Elixir Collector. You have to really get used to the slow play of it, but being a Royal Giant, not a Royal Giant, being a Golem player, you really get used to slowing down your play, waiting for that advantage, and then taking your siege towards the tower. So guys, I have two replays I'm going to share with you, and we're going to get into one of them right now. So here we are in the first replay, playing Steve right now. This is tournament play, and actually challenge play, and it looks as if he's playing one of those Furnace Zap Bait decks, and this is a 4K plus player right here, so it's definitely not a noob, someone that does know the game and knows how to play it. So I played my Executioner first, just waiting for that Elixir, so I didn't want to burn any Elixir. And then I throw the Royal Giant right in front. The RG is going to work on that Furnace, and the Executioner was going to head for that tower, but was slowed down by that Mega Minion right there. But then I throw my Musketeer support, nice fireball by the opponent right now, beating up on my Giant, and then that Log took out my Musket. I took out about 1,000 hit points from that tower, and I throw my Princess behind the right-hand tower just to protect against those incoming Fire Spirits. Really, those Furnaces become a pain in the butt, really difficult to handle sometimes, and having the Princess in the background does a decent job of taking care of them. So she's going to get hit right here by one of them, but she's continuing to fire at that tower, which actually works out fairly well. She's going to eat up those, and now I have to zap these gobs as they come in, and with the new update, obviously, the zap does not kill those goblins, which is frustrating. My Executioner goes in on my Collector to keep it safe. I have a nice advantage here, and it looks as if the opponent has another Furnace down. I'm throwing my RG again at the bridge. Focusing on the tower, he's going to throw his Mega Minion on top again, and I'm going to have my minions right there, try and help out my Executioner, and there we go, they're going on in, and the Skeleton Army has been placed atop my Royal Giant, but the Executioner survived as the minions did, and they took down that left-hand tower. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds left, guys. I throw the Princess in there, hoping for some splash damage, as I know the zap really doesn't take it out that I want, and then I can have her push that tower, expecting another Furnace to go down, but she's actually going to play a little bit more defense with one shot and the zap, taking out that Goblin Barrel, which actually worked out fairly well. Nice fireball by the opponent, getting my tower as well as my Collector, but that means I could slow play my Executioner, and I could really get this going. Now, they say good luck, and I'm expecting something big to come. Don't know what it is, but I expected something big, being that they were being a little bit cocky right there. But really, in the end, nothing really too big came. And look at the Executioner. I thought he was going to take out those minions right there, but it didn't happen. I used the zap and my minions. Royal Giant gets a few shots on that tower, and then the Skeleton Army. I need to use my Executioner. Executioner is going to work on the skeletons, and then going to work on those goblins. I knew that that tower was going to go down, but I have his right-hand tower down to about half health. And with the Royal Giant, I can place him on the opposite side, but I decided not to, thinking that I could really get distracted by a Furnace placed on the opposite side of the map, which would really mess me up in the long run. So I decided to play it at the bridge. Another gob barrel. I throw the musket to play a little bit of defense, and knowing that they have the mirror, I was thinking maybe I would that musket would be a better play, and they could actually protect that tower for more. And the musket's going to get more value protecting against those fire spirits incoming. Okay, Royal Giant's going to be played right behind my Executioner this time around. And then I have the minions to help out with that support. Minions go in and they're going to work on some of those skeletons. The zap finishes them off. Here we go, Royal Giant and one minion working on that tower. I throw my musket right there just to take out that gob barrel. And it's a pretty close match right here, guys. Princess used to take out that minion horde. Another fireball comes in and the log, and that's going to make it almost dead even. Actually, he has a slight advantage over me. Alright, my Executioner and my Princess work on that Mega Minion. I got the Royal Giant at the bridge working on that furnace. It works out perfectly. I throw my minions atop the furnace, and here we go. Here's the big push. I got the Royal Giant gonna go to town on that right-hand tower. It's gonna bring it home for the win, I think, in this long match. It was close, actually. 85 hit points. That's a zap or two, actually, away. Not quite just one zap away. So I'm going to play my Musketeer in defense, trying to cycle back to that zap. And I throw the minions as well, just trying to defend a little bit there. The minions and the musket are going to work on the furnace, and I put my Princess back there as well, just to play some defense. And I'm just waiting for one more zap spell to come through the cycle, which is going to come very soon. Now, I know pretty sure that I am safe on my tower with all these troops that I'm surrounding it with, and here comes the zap for the win. That was the first gameplay right there, and I have one more for you that I'm going to go find, and I'll be right back. And here we are facing off against a pretty hefty giant beatdown deck. They have the musket, the Valkyrie, the ice wizard, and the witch in this deck. And it's going to be a tough one to handle. There's a lot of firepower coming down, being supported by that giant tank. I throw my collector right out in front just to try and get that advantage, and they slow play their giant, which is just perfect. So now I'm waiting for that giant to come up the lane. I throw my Executioner, and that Executioner is going to do a nice job taking care of the witch and the giant at the same time. And I have those barbarians as well, doing a little bit of defense, working on that giant as well. So the giant doesn't make it to the tower. My Executioner does some work, and I throw my Royal Giant just as a meat shield for my Executioner to survive. So I was basically ready to sacrifice the Royal Giant so that my Executioner could play some solid defense. Here we go, Musketeer working on those troops, but unfortunately only gets that Ice Wizard. They're going to get some good value out of this Musketeer right here. And as a child toy plays in the background. That's dad life right there, guys. Sorry. Alright, so we're just about dead even, and here he comes with another giant push. I'm going to play another collector. Again, I'm always trying to keep that elixir advantage, so I have to remember to keep playing those collectors. And I'm going to do the same thing as last time. That Executioner is going to be played to take out those support troops behind the giant as well as the giant itself. So my barbarians are going to get a bit beaten up right there, but they're going to help take that giant out before he does too much work on the tower. And my Executioner doing a nice job, but the Valkyrie is going to really work on him quite a bit. I throw my musket in there to take out that witch, and now my musket's pushing that right hand tower. He has a couple of 100-point advantage over me, but I have the elixir advantage with one collector on the board. Here comes another giant push, and I have nothing to do but put that princess. Nothing else could defend, so I put the princess, the Executioner, and the giant's gonna beat on my tower a little bit here, guys. He is gonna work on it. I have to throw my barbarians, and I'm able to throw my Royal Giant in front, and here comes the push. I got the barbarians, I got the Executioner, I have the princess, and then a musketeer joins the party as well, and they do some nice work. Two princesses working on those ranged troops of my opponent. So I take that tower down to about 1,400 hit points. And not one more shot. 23 seconds left. We are again pretty close in score right there, guys. And here comes a giant. I throw my barbarians, I throw my Executioner, and the Executioner was a little too far away to do any work on that Ice Wizard as well, but I am able to slow that push down, and here comes a miner in which my Executioner is going to turn on, and here we go. The Royal Giant locks onto the tower. I have the Executioner supporting, and I put the princess into support. working on that witch and the skeletons coming out of that witch. Zap spell in hand, takes it out. 300 hit points remain on that tower. And, well, that was a pretty good offensive push right there. My Musketeer does a nice job taking out that witch, and the Executioner and the minions, again, working on that Valkyrie, rather than throwing in the Barbarians and just really wasting 5 elixir. Here comes another Royal Giant push. I had the Zap, I used it, although I had that Executioner, I really didn't need it, and there's the final shot between the Princess and the Royal G. That tower was taken out very nicely. So that is it, guys. Those are the replays that I had for you today. Getting back into the deck, here's another look at it. It's a lot of fun to play. I know that a lot of people are so anti-Royal Giant, as I was as well. But you know what? It's a different type of play style. It's a little bit easier than normal. Basically, you place your defensive troops, and then as they counter push, you throw the Royal Giant in front, and he goes to town on that tower. Have a Zap spell though, because you may need to reset an Inferno tower. So that's been it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, hopefully you decided to subscribe to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, I hope that you smack that like button. Guys, a heads up, the Flame COC on Twitter is going to be revamping my channel with all new artwork and overlays and all that good stuff. So very exciting. I have some ideas, he has some ideas, and well, we're gonna just freshen things up a little bit. So hopefully you guys stick around, and when that time comes, you notice it and you let me know what you think. But guys, thanks so much for coming down. As you already know, I come out with content every single day, Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. If you ever want your deck highlighted on the channel, simply reach out to me in the comments below or on Twitter at EchoThroughMe, and you guys could also join me on Plex Chat. There has been a link in the below in the description, as well as my code to join my personal chats. You guys can jump up in there, message me personally, have lots of fun using Plex Chat. Hopefully I see you guys in there trying to build up my community. But guys, thanks so much. I'll see you all back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good.